Had not recorded. And then we will have this main shop, and someone can simply search from here. We're going to do the best that we implement as much as we can. We are having the back end, the dashboard, the customers, the checkout, all of these things. So we're going to do that. We're going to do our best to see that we implement everything that is here for the period of 2 weeks. And I believe if you also follow along, you see this is the section of what with the administrator. You can see how the shop is performing, and we can add a product, everything. We're going to make sure that we can add a user, we can add all these things. So we're going to make sure that as we finish these 2 weeks, we can do as best as we can. I mean, we can do the best of what we have done, of this template or this project. Then after that, after we make a website, we will go ahead and upload it on internet by using FTP. And then after putting it on internet using FTP, we'll go ahead and do what? And create its API. And after creating its API, we'll go ahead and create its Android application. And after creating the Android application, we'll go ahead and put it on the Play Store. So that is the journey that we're going to take. It's not going to be a simple journey, but it will be a good journey if you follow along and you practice with me. It's going to be a great journey. I hope we are all ready to do this. So let's get started without wasting much of time. So we start. So I'll begin by opening my code editor, and we're going to use what? Sublime Text. So here's my Sublime Text, and this is a plain project. So the first thing that I'm going to do, like the way I told you, we're going to use plain PHP. So I'm going to create a plain PHP project. Okay. So I'll simply come to my XAMPP. I believe everyone can install XAMPP. If you cannot install XAMPP, I'll put the link in the description for the video that I made that shows you how to install XAMPP. So I'll open the localhost. I'll go ahead and create here a new website. So I don't know how we should call this website. Hadi. We should call it Hadi. Hadi shop. We already did that. How should we call it? Quick sales. Okay, let's call it what? Yeah, quick sell. Okay. How should we call it? Musa, give me a name.
Gambia correct. No, all my websites are Gambia correct.
Okay, we'll call it okay. What's the name of this website? What's the name of this template? Bookstore. Okay. Let us call it New Chick. There's a website that I like. It's called New Chick. So this one is also going to call New Chick. We're going to call it New Chick. So this is the htdocs. I'm going to create here a new what? A new folder. I'm going to call it New Chick. Okay. So we begin the journey. Bismillah. So I'll put here a folder called New Chick. Okay. That's the website. Okay. So I'm going to drag and drop and put this project here. Okay. So I'll simply come here and drag and drop the New Chick website. It's here. So I'm going to create my main index file. So I said that I'll not use Coordinator. So you guys, you'll use Coordinator. Me, I'll use plain PHP. But for you, you'll use Coordinator because Coordinator will help you so much. And I want to see how you can relate things using me. I'll use plain PHP. For you, use Coordinator. So that will help you to know. Me, I'll pass through pain when you'll be seeing me creating things with plain PHP. And then for you, you'll use Coordinator so that you can relate. But still, you can use also plain PHP, no problem. It's just my suggestion, okay? So I'm going to create here my index file, okay? So we'll create an index file. I'll just simply press Ctrl+S, and I'll go to the website. Oh, this is the folder. I right-click here and say New File, and I'm going to save it as index.php. So that is my very first index, okay? So I'm going to put here maybe my h1 tag and say welcome to New Chick. Okay, so that's our website. So I'll go and open it in a what? In a browser by simply coming here and say localhost stroke New Chick. Okay, like this. Okay, so that is welcome to what? To New Chick. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to begin by importing the template. But before we import the template, let us first look at the template, how it looks like before we temper it. Okay, I'll put the link to this template in the description of this video, so that in case you want to use it, of course, you can download it from the link that I'll put in the description. So this is the template. So I'm going to drag and drop the template in my editor here. You see, this is my editor. Okay, so my template is here. Things, it's here. It's called Bookstore. This one. So I'm going to drag and drop it here. The whole of it, just in the editor. So when I put in the editor, it will help me to be doing what? To be it will help me to be seeing the files simply. If I put the whole folder in the editor, it will help me to see the files simply. You see, for example, when I click here, I will just see the whole files. Okay, so I can just be toggling and see. I mean, and browse through the files from here. So first of all, that we have now two main folders. We have the new check folder and the what, and our template. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and look at the template itself. Okay, so we will simply click on HTML here, the template itself, and then come here to the index. Okay, and you see what we have in the main index. Okay, so this is the index. So I'm going to open this index in the what, in the browser, and see what we have in the what, in the index. So I'll right click on it and then say open what, open in browser. So here it is opening in the browser, and there is a loader. We can remove that loader if you want, and this is how it looks like in the what, in the browser. Okay, so if I reduce a little bit, you see it will look like this, and this one is collapsible. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to first analyze the template. Okay, so we'll first look at the common things that we need everywhere. We can see, of course, the common thing that we need every time is this header, and this what, this submenu, this sidebar. Okay, and then this body part that is changing. So we are going to divide it into three sections: the header, which is on top here, and then we're going to have this side menu, this one, I mean sidebar, and then we'll also have the what, the footer. Okay, so these are the sections that we're going to have. So we're going to create the first skeleton. So we have the header, sidebar, and what, and the footer. So, and the footer, and then the body will be changing. So we'll begin with that. So to do that, I'll simply come to my what, to my project. Members, if you don't understand, you just ask, and then I'll explain. Okay, are you listening? Members, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, if you don't understand, you can just ask, I will respond. Okay,
Okay, no problem.
okay. So this is my main folder. So in this main folder, I'm going to create a folder that I'll be putting the files that I'll be using. Okay, so the common files. So I'll simply right click on say new, and say new what, new folder, right? New folder. And in this new folder, I'm going to create a folder called what, called files. So in this folder, so I'll be putting the common file that I'll be using. So the first thing that I'm going to put here, I'm going to put the header. So before I create the header file here, let us first determine here where the header starts and where it stops. So if we look here in this, we can see the header, it starts here where there's the word shop, and then it ends here where there's the word tech. You see, that's where the header starts. So we'll come here to our project, and you see the header. Of course, the whole of this is the header. We can collapse this head, and then we can see where the header might be stopping. Of course, I'm not the one who created the template, so I also don't know how it is structured. So we have to see together. So I can search where there's the word tech. Okay, berry tech. Okay, so I simply come and search the word tech. You can see the word berry tech is here. But if you scroll, of course, you'll find some description, and you can see the owner who created the template is telling you top navbar stops here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this top navbar. Okay, so I'm just going to simply click Control Shift and Home key. Then it will start from where it is up to where, up to the home. Control Shift and Home key. Then it will start from where it is. All of this is what is the header, but don't worry, we're going to break it down. Okay, so I'll copy, or I'll cut that, I'll copy that, and then come here to my files and create a what, a file of header. Oh, we can call it navbar. Okay, then I'll right click on it, right click on it. Oh, before, okay, okay, let us do like this. Before we create the header, let us first create this main. Let us first make sure that the whole website is integrated into our project. So I'll copy this main index file and come to this index and paste it here. So if we come, that I've just copied the whole index file from the template and paste in our own index file. So if we come here and refresh in the new check, you should have these things, okay, which are a little bit disorganized because the CSS is not there. So you're going to get the CSS files and put them in this folder. So this is our project. This is the template, and this is the what? This is the project, the new check project. Okay, so I'll open the new check folder, and then I'm going to put here my files. Okay, so you can see here the template is here, and you can see the assets are here: CSS, fonts, images, and what, and JS. So I can just select all these ones and copy them. For me, I'm going to put them in a folder called what? Called assets, because for them they didn't do good idea. Okay, let me just get them the way they are. Okay, I'll just copy them, these files, and paste them here, just on the main top. Okay, so I'll paste them on top here. So you can see our indexes here. So I'll save and refresh and go and see if there is any change. Of course, there is no change. Why? Because still the files have not been imported. Oh, the change is there. Wow, you see the change is there. So it is relative. Okay, so that's it. That's great. So I've successfully imported the basic template. I've just copied the other files and also create this, paste the main index file here. So after having the basics, then let us start now breaking it. Okay, so to break it, we'll begin with the head. Okay, so first of all, I have to look where the head stops. Of course, the head, they said, stops where they said top navbar ends here. So I can collapse this one. Okay, they say that the head stops here. So I'm going to start from here where the navbar ends and go up to home. So I'll just click there and then press Ctrl Shift and Home. It will take me up to home. I'll cut it, okay, by simply pressing Ctrl X. Then everything is cut and I save. So if it's cut, I come here and refresh now my new check. It should show that still there are some things that are missing, of course. So we're going to put those things in the head. So to do that, I'm going to simply come here to my files and create a head file. So right click, new, and then I'm going to call it file, and then paste there the what. I'll save it as header.php, and then I'll paste there the header files. So now I'll have to include this header file in this home page. I mean this index file. So by doing that, I'll just simply say PHP and then say require once require oh my god, is that a spelling? Require underscore once. Okay, I'm going to require what? The header.php. Okay, PHP. Of course, I have to first enter into files. Okay, file stock header.php, and then I save. So after saving, I'll come and refresh. Everything should be perfect. Okay, everything should be perfect. Of course, everything is what? Everything is perfect. So after doing that, I'll go ahead and get the this footer. Okay, so the footer, I can see it starts from where there's terms, policy, privacy and policy. So I'll simply come and search for that word in the index. Okay, where there's privacy. Of course, it is here, and you can see the comment is here, says footer. So I'll press enter like 3 times, then I click here and then press Ctrl Shift and End button. Ctrl Shift End button. It will take me up to the up to the end of the file, and I'll cut the whole of that. Okay, so I'll save and then I'll come and create the footer. So I'll come under files and say right click, new file, and I'm going to call it footer.php. So I'll do what? I'll paste there the footer.php. So if I come and refresh, everything still, it should be what? It should be okay. So you can see what I've done. This is my main project file. Okay, we're having this index and we're having this the CSS, images and what, and the JS files. Then we're having the files here. Okay, so in these files we're having two files, the header and the footer, and I believe you saw how I did that. Okay, so if I come back to my home and refresh, everything should be okay. Everything should be okay. But if you want to be precise, we can go ahead and still hide this and put also this sidebar, and we can also go ahead and break the sidebar and put it aside if you want. But let us leave it the way it is. Let us refresh. Oh, something is wrong. Why? Because the footer, I have not loaded it. Okay, so we have to come and load the footer. So to load the footer, to be simply come PHP require once. I already have this. Let me just come and get this one, require once. I'll come and paste here at the end of the file and call it footer.php. So if I refresh, everything should be okay now. Okay, everything should be okay. Oh, time is running, remaining 20 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, so everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. So without wasting much time, we begin with creating the database. Okay, we begin with creating the database. At least by the end of this class, we should have finished creating the database, so that in the next class, we should begin with creating the user, the login process. So to create the database, I'll simply come and do what? And open what? It's called what? Workbench. Workbench. I believe everyone knows that Workbench. If you don't know Workbench, you can just watch a few tutorials about it, and you download it, and then you'll be able to you'll be good to go. So we're going to create our first database structure. So I'll simply come and say file new model. Okay, and then I'm going to begin by saving. I'll simply press Ctrl S. Now this is the technique that I do. Every file, every project that I make, I always make for it a special folder in my documents. Okay, so in also this one, I'm going to make for it a special folder in my in my document. So simply come to the document and save this database as new folder. I'm going to save it as new chick. Okay, new chick. Okay, so here is going to be so the file is going to be new chick. That's the name of the database. So we'll go ahead and put our ERD diagram. Okay, so we begin the ERD diagram. First of all, let us look at the models that we need to create in our e-commerce website. Of course, we'll begin with the user. First of all, this template, it gives you the structure of things that you'll need. So let us click on here on add user and see what the thing that we may need. Something is wrong. Okay, it did not download it wholly. But still, anything that we want, we can still get it from the from the original. So let us go ahead to the original template. You can go ahead to the original template. The link is there in the description also. So let's see. It's private. I thought that it's okay, don't mind. Okay, so we come to the original website. Okay, so come to the original website and click on maybe user and click on add user, and you see what the parameter that we need to create a user, because we are going to follow the structure of this template. So come to the original website, you have the link. So for example, for the user, we'll need first name, last name, we'll need address, we'll need address to, and then we'll need the company name, we'll need the country, we'll need the phone number, we'll need the alternative phone number, we'll put here the email. Okay, we need the email, we'll need the postcode, we'll need the town. There's too much. Okay, we'll need the password. Okay, the password. username and password. Okay, those are the things that we need. Okay, so if I want to get them, I can just simply right click here and then say inspect, and then come here on the element. These are just techniques that I use so I can borrow a leaf. So I'm going to inspect this element with the form of a user that I need. Okay, so I can just come here and point at it. Okay, this element only of this form. Okay, here. So I'll click on it, just click on inspect. I'll come here, so here it is. Okay, so click on inspect. I cannot see it, so let me just click on it. I wanted to get it simply. I don't know which div is it. Okay, let me just come and say copy element. I'll just copy the element and then come here and just make just some temporary HTML file by simply creating a new file and save it. Maybe 1.html. We'll be just putting there our temporary HTML files, and then I'm going to see. So you see here is the form, so you can just search for the what, for the input, so it can help us to know. So the first input, we need a name. Oh, just a problem. Okay, so we're going to create a new form. New table by just simply clicking here and then say new table. I'm just going to name this table as what, as users. So I'm just going to say users, and that's going to be our what, our table. So first thing we'll need the what, we even know the parameters in the head. Okay, user underscore ID, and that we can make it auto increment. And then we'll need what, user type, user underscore type. Okay, so then after, let's see what other thing do we need. Okay, so those who don't know Workbench, this one will help us just to create the model or the structure of what, of our database. Okay, so let me close this guy and we see what we need. Okay, we need first name and last name. So I'll go ahead back and create the what, first name and last name. First name,
Linda, you are muted. You are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, we'll need address 1, address 2, address. Let us put just address. We'll not need address 2. Then after address, what else do we need? We need a contact, company name. We need company. After company, what else do we need? We need country. We need country, and then city, and then after country and city, and then we'll need phone number. Do you need phone number? Yes, phone number, phone, and then we'll need a what? We will need city. Already put it. Okay, then we need username and password. Username, and also what? And also password, and also the last scene. Okay, last underscore scene maybe. That's it. Also maybe the date when this user was registered date, reg underscore date. Okay, that is for the user. That will work for both customers and the administrators. The only difference will be the difference will be the user type. So one will be either a customer, another one will do what? Okay, so go ahead and create that's done. So go ahead and create the book Book category. Of course, a book will depend on what? On a category. So when you create we forget a profile photo of a user. One more column. We'll call it what? A profile photo. Okay. So after doing that, we'll go ahead and create the book category. Oh, for me, I'll call them categories, not book categories, because for me, I'm making a general shop. So that one who making an e-commerce, a book shop, should make a book category. So I'll go ahead and create the book category table, because I want this project to be dynamic in a way that we can create any category anytime, not the limited categories. So to create a category, where is a table section? This here. Let me first collapse this guy. It cannot be collapsed. Okay, I'll first close this. Okay, table is here. So I'll just simply click here and then double click on it, and then I'll have a book category. Category, okay? Category. And then we'll have here category Category ID. And this will be, of course, auto increment. And then we'll have category name. Then we'll have category Category photo. I think that's it. Yeah, category name, maybe description. Yeah, category description. Okay, so that's a e-commerce, categories, categories, okay? That is categories. Okay, so after creating categories, we'll have properties of these categories. I need to make this project in a way that it should be dynamic, so we can be able to create even properties of the categories. For example, some categories, some e-commerce, some products, they don't have same properties as other products. Other products. For example, when you're registering a computer, remember this computer will have a RAM, will have and the CPU is different to a product like a cup. A cup will not have a RAM, a cup will not have CPU, so you will find that in a cup you'll need to determine colors, but in a computer you may not need to determine colors. So let us create also a table of properties in a way that we'll be adding properties to a certain table of a certain product that this product will be having the properties of a certain category will be varying according to the properties of a product will be varying according to the categories that it lies in. So to do that, I'll go ahead and create. Or did that make it complex? No problem. We need just to understand the concept. So I'll go ahead and create the properties. Okay. So these properties, so it will be category properties. Okay. So each category will have its own properties, of course. Okay. So it will have category property ID. Okay, so this one also be auto increment. You just select this one and it will be primary key, and then after doing that it will have a name, a property name. Then after doing that, we'll give this one also maybe it will have a name and it will have name, and it will have name, and then it also the category that it belongs to. Okay, I'll just put here property category. Okay, so the category that it belongs to. Okay, so it will have name and the category that it belongs to. So that's it. So that's it. So after doing that, we'll go ahead. Is our time still there? Let me see how many minutes remaining with. Yeah, remaining 20 minutes. Go. So I'll go ahead and create category. I think that's all about category. Then we'll go ahead and create a product model, right? A product table. So let us see. Admin here has a books, and when you click on books, you'll find a section of what of add new book. So in this section of add new books, you can give you ideas of things that we need to know. So you have a product name, so I'll go ahead and create a table of what of products. So to do that, I'll just simply come and say I'll go ahead and just click on this and click here. So I'm going to name this one products. Okay, then after creating products, so we'll have product ID, product underscore ID, and it will be auto increment, an integer product what product name. Okay, maybe I should make this one 255. Okay, then after putting product name, we'll give this product what a category product category. After giving it product category, we'll go ahead. Of course, this will be an integer because it will reference a what? It will reference a product category ID. So so that's it. And then after doing that, we'll go ahead and create a product category. We finished. Okay, so it will need product what? Product photo. Okay, so here I'll be keeping photos. Okay, I'll be keeping a list of photos. So let me just put the photos. I'll be keeping a JSON of photos. So it will need to be what? It will need to be text because we don't know its size. They can be as many as possible. So I'll go ahead and put here a data type of what? Or a data type of text. Okay, so after putting photos, let's see what else we need, because I'll need to have one and another photo. Category, we have finished that one. So for those who have book authors, so you know what to do. I also have book photo. Okay, so you can also put here maybe photos. We already have them. Okay, so PDF. So the owner, the one who created the bookshop, you should also consider putting the preview PDF section. It will be a file also. Then we have the price. Okay, very very important. Product what? Price. Price. So it will be maybe an integer. Okay, so after putting the price, we'll go ahead and put the description on the details. Okay, product what? Details. And also, so I'll make it text, and also without forgetting, put upload date. Okay, the date when it was uploaded. Upload date. Upload underscore date, and I will make so, and then I'll go ahead and put uploaded by, because we may need to know who uploaded it. Uploaded underscore by. Okay, so this will be what? An integer, because you need what? To reference. Okay, so that's it about what? About products. So we have products, and everything is there. Okay, we have products and the rest. So go ahead and create the what? The last thing, of course, and that is the what? Of course, we need the order. Okay, where we'll be putting the orders. We'll be putting the orders of what the user, what customers want to buy. Okay, so of course the order will have two things. We'll have two tables. First of all, to list the order itself, and then a table of what? Of order items. Okay, of order items. So to do that, we'll have a table called order and order items. So I click on this table and call this one what? Orders. Okay, orders. Okay, so we'll have order underscore ID. That will be the order ID, and then we'll have first order date, the date when this orders was created, and Then we'll have order status, the status where this order is complete or cancelled or not cancelled. So we'll be putting this status here. Ordered by, so here it will have the customer ID. Just put it integer. Okay. After putting ordered by, what else we can put here? Total price to summarize. Order price, order total. So the order total will come here. What else do you need to know about the order? Okay, I think that's all about the what? About the order. About the order now. That's all about the order. Then we'll go ahead and get the order items now. I mean, create the table of order items, okay? The item that belong to this order, okay? So, because the customer will place an order and to grabs maybe the order note, order note in case there's a note that the customer provides. And then after the customer creating this order, we'll have to put the items there. So I'm going to create another separate table where they will be relating to the certain order, and we'll be putting the item in that table. Okay, so by doing that, I'll just simply come here and just click here and then say double click, and then we'll put here order items. Okay, so you'll have order items ID. It will be able to increment. Then we'll have order itself, of course, order ID. So this order ID is the one that will be referencing from the main order, because each item must belong to a certain order, you know. Each item must belong to a certain order. So this one will have a what? A belonging. So I'll just simply put here an integer, because we will first have an order and then we'll be adding to it. So after having the order, after having the order itself, we'll have what? We'll have the order, I mean the product ID. Of course, we'll need the product ID. I don't know whether you're getting this. I'm going to explain it. Order product, I can call it product ID. I can call it order product or product ID. Product, okay, let me call it order product. Members, I want you to understand this. We'll have the order. So here we'll be putting a single order. For example, a customer can buy in a single order. A customer can buy a soap and the salt. Okay, can buy soap and salt. So these are more. There are two items, but in one particular order. So what we do, we create a single order. We'll be saving it here, and this is the information that we need to create a single order. Of course, that order will have a date and the customer, because that did what? That placed it, and the total. So these are the information that we put here. But this order does not have item. We cannot put every item here. Why? Because we will have repeated ourselves. So that's why we create a separate table where we'll be saving items for every particular order. So in these tables of items, we will be creating the order item ID that will be helping us identify a particular item of a certain order, and then we'll have order ID. This one will be helping us to identify where this item it belongs, and also the order item itself. Okay, and that's what I've called the order product. Of course, that's the order product. And then lastly, we can also put the quantity. Okay, we can put the quantity. Of course, you can buy like 3 kilograms of what? 3 kilograms of sugar, 3 kilograms of a certain thing. So everything can change anytime. Okay, so you cannot put all of these things in a single structure of a table. So the items of order, they'll come in these order items, and then here we'll have a particular item order parent. Then I'll go ahead and do what? And I forgot one more thing. When you're creating a category, we may need a unit that we will be using to measure that item. Okay, of course. For example, the way you measure the cooking oil is not the same unit that you need to use, that you use to measure the rice. When you measure in cooking oil, you use liters. Now, when you measure rice, you use what? Kilograms and what? So you may need to group this one in what? in the category. So in this table of category, I'm going to add one more column. I'm going to call it unit. Okay, unit, measuring unit. Okay, let me just call it unit. Sorry. In this category, right, I just double click on the table category. Okay, category, I'll call it unit. Category, I'll call it unit category. Let me just call it unit. Okay, because this one will help us to be telling whether an item is in kilograms or grams or what. So when you register in category, you'll also be giving it what? Its unit. Also, one more thing that I forgot to put, when you'll be adding product, we'll be giving it what? We'll be adding the product, we'll be giving its quantity. Okay, we'll be giving it what? Its quantity. Okay, so I'll just simply come here to product and give it what? And give it one more column. I'm going to call it what? Quantity. Quantity. Okay, so that will be able to trace if there is a certain amount of products or whether they are done. Okay, so be adding the what? The quantity. So that's it. That's it. So it means that right now we can do what? We have these things, the tables. I think those are the most basic tables that you may need. Maybe the review products and those tables, maybe you can put them later. For example, if we need to be getting the feedback from the users, for example, you see when you're previewing here a single book, the user may need to give a feedback, the review. We can as well give that. Should we put it? Yeah, I think we should put it because it may help us to be getting the reviews from the customers. They can rate the book. Let us put it there. Okay, so let us just add that one more column. Product. We're going to add one more table. We're going to call it product product reviews. Product underscore reviews. Okay, so each review, it will have a an ID, product review. It will have a an ID, increment. So it will be reviewed by the one who wrote this review. So it will be an integer. Then we'll need the product itself. So we'll put here product review product. So this will be the ID of the with the product that was reviewed. Okay. So shall put here rating, the rating of this product. So this will also be an integer. We shall put then the comment that the user will write on the on the user. This will be a text on the product, on this product, and we shall put the review date. Okay. So I think that's it. Then we don't need to relate unless we need some people to contribute. If we want people to contribute in future this product, we can do the the relationship. But for now, we don't need to even to create the relationship. Okay, we don't need to create the relationship, but you can if you want maybe to share your product and let the people to do to contribute. But for me, I don't need. For now, I can leave this one the way it is. But let me go ahead and export it and create it. At least by the time we finish this class, we should have created this product. So I'll save this model. Okay, that's our model. I'm going to export it now and then install it. Put this SQL in our file. So to do that, I'll just simply come here to File. I'll just export it the SQL. Okay, export, and then I can say create SQL, and I can say generate drop statement. No, I'll leave everything the way it is. Just say next, and then click on next, and then I'll have everything perfectly written. So I'll come and copy to clipboard. Okay, that's our SQL. I've copied it. So after copying it, I'll have then to do to install it. Okay, to put it in our database. Okay, members, are we together? First of all,
Yes.
Hadi, are you there? Hadijat? Is Hadi following? Members, I hope we're all together, right? I hope you're following. Okay. We're going to finish, don't worry. So this is the SQL that I've created from our tables. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this SQL in our XAMPP so that we can create this our database. Okay. So simply go to localhost. Okay. I'll simply go to our localhost. Localhost stroke what? PHP my admin. Oh, this is not localhost. Localhost stroke PHP my admin. There are people out watching. Okay. Then after, I will go ahead and create a new a database. I'm going to call it. Just simply click on new and then call it new underscore chick, or I can just call it new chick. Okay. Then after creating the database, I'm going to go ahead and paste there the SQL, this new chick. So I click on SQL and paste it there. Okay. So after, I'm going to click on go. So everything is perfect. So we have our tables. And these tables that we have just created. Wait, which database did I click? Is it the new chick? Oh my god. Okay. I've just put the things in the wrong database. Oh my god. So make sure that you select the right database. So I click on the right database and then I click on what? On SQL. Okay. Oh, in this SQL there is oh yeah, there is a MyDB thing. I'm going to remove this MyDB, okay, and replace it with what? With new chick. Ctrl F, Alt Enter. I'm going to save it as new chick. Okay. Copy. That's the mistake I did. Okay. Make sure that the database name is correct. Okay, perfect. So if I click there, now we have our tables there. Okay, we have our tables there. Okay, so let us go ahead and start programming. How many minutes are remaining? We're remaining with 9 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. We can do something. Let us start programming. First of all, this is a very long journey. We'll need our file of functions. We'll need a what? We'll need a file of functions. So that file of functions is where we're going to put everything. Okay, it's where we're going to put everything. The connection, everything will be there. So I'll simply come here to where? To files. Oh, I should put on top, on very top. It's just up to you. I'm going to put on top so that it should be able to be accessed by anyone. I should put in file. Let me put in files. Okay, so new file. I'm going to save it as what? As functions.php. 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 Boom. So our file of function is going to be there. Okay. So we begin with the connection or with the database. So how do we connect? We simply say con, I hope I know it in the head. Connection is equal to new, we'll use the object oriented way, my SQLi, new my SQLi, and then the first thing that we pass localhost. I don't remember. Let me just, yeah, we pass localhost, I think. Localhost. The second thing that we pass, the name of, the username, which is root, and we pass the password, which is nothing, and then we pass the name of the database, which is new chick. New chick, like this. Okay, so let us see if everything is okay by simply saying echo the pre-tag and then dump, okay, and then die and see if we got the connection. Okay, so this file I'm going to be including it in the head, on very top head. Before I do anything, I'll be including it on the head so that I should not be repeating myself. So I'll come here in the head on the very top, here on top. Before I even do anything, I'll just begin with what? With PHP and include this file. So it will be PHP. Does not detect PHP? Seriously. Let me change it from here. PHP like this, okay? Okay. PHP require once. Require. I have to put require once because if you don't put require once, you may find some problem. So require once is going to be functions.php. Functions.php. PHP. Like this, okay? So by doing like this, we should be able to at least have the function in our main file. So come and refresh. We should be having connection. Perfect. Everything is okay. Let us try to play with this connection and see if we mess up with it, we will get an error. So I'll just change, for example, root and put a wrong spelling. We should get a big warning. Perfect. So we have connection. We can start working with everything. Okay. So refresh. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. So we have connection. So without wasting much time, how many minutes do you remain with? 5 minutes. Let us begin by creating the add new user. Okay. So before we create the add new user, let's look at our project. First of all, I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to remove everything in the main body and make it just index to be a plain thing. So to remove that, I'll first know where it begins and where it ends. So this is the content, okay? So let us come to the index. This is the index. Index is going to be just a very basic empty file. So the index file is here. I'm going to find out and remove all the basic content. So this is the main content. So if I collapse it and first remove the content, I see what will remain with. You see, we remain with nothing. But so this is going to be our very basic file. Okay, this is going to be our very basic file. Let me even save it and call it basic. Okay, basic.php. So we don't need, even this one can work the way it is. So after having this basic file, we just need a footer and the header, and that's all. I'm going to go ahead and remove all these things. I'm going to go ahead and remove this thing in a what? In a nav bar, so that we should have a plain what? A plain shop. I mean a plain navigation. So to do that, I'll go ahead and go to the head. Go to the head and look for this navbar. Okay, it begins with the word shop and home page. You can begin by removing this word home page. Okay, let us find out where the word home page, and then we'll go, after removing them, then we'll go back and put the user section. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove the what? The home page. Okay, we'll find the, search for the word home page. That's how I know that the sidebar starts from anywhere. So you can see the structure, the sidebar starts from here. Even me, I didn't know, because I'm not the one who created this thing. Okay, so you can tell that the sidebar starts from here. So I'm going to collapse this UL, this list item, and other list item. I'll just collapse it. Let me see. I want to remove these items. So it is having some sections. So you can see under this section you're having a list, and this we're having shop, homepage, category. So I'm going to collapse this list and remove them. Okay, this list and this list, I'm going to add them one by one, and this list and this list and this list. So let me first remove these ones. Boom. So I'll come ahead, I'll go ahead and remove this one also. Boom. So I come and refresh. So perfect, everything is okay. Now we're remaining just with this become a member. This one you can leave it, but you can remove it if you want. We can leave it for now. Become a what? Become a member. So I'm going to begin adding my own. So we're going to begin by adding the what? The administrators, the administrators section, because we're going to begin with creating new user, and then after we look at other things, okay? Or we begin by creating a signing up, and then what wants to sign up, then we look at creating news and then the rest, okay? So begin with the what? With the admin section. Oh, here become a pattern. I mean become.
You've muted yourself again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so here in the become member section, is where I'm going to put the login page. Okay. So let us see the login page. So I'll go to the original. Oh, I'll open my template and see. So the template is there. We're going to begin by registration, of course. So I'll zoom out, and then I come here to the section where there is what? Where there is login. Where is it? User, admin. As if I saw login. Pages here. Under pages, we have authentication, we have login. Okay, register. Okay. So we're going to create this what? We're going to create this register page. Okay. So I want when the user clicks on the register page, we should take him to the what? To register.php. Okay, so I'm going to create a page for register.php. So I'll simply come here. I'm going to create a page for register.php. You can as well put these pages in form of folders if you want, but for me I'm going to use for example this this page is about authentication, so I'm going to begin with auth or sign up or auth register, something like that. So I'm going to put here register.php, right click, new file. I'm going to put it register.php. Okay, so I'll save it, register.php. So I'm not going to write the whole logic, of course. So to get this register.php, it is simple. You just see in your template where this register.php, it is under HTML under signup.php. So you see, I dragged and dropped here the template itself. So I'm just going to look for what? For the file called signup.php. Okay, our time is over. Our time is over, but just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I mean 1 minute, as I'm just creating just only this. I'm just copying and pasting here the codes. So I'll come here signup.php. I'll copy the code. I just copy and paste the code and make sure it works, and then we'll finish the class. So I'll copy signup.php. I'll come and register here, because for it you don't need sidebar, we don't need this top menu. So I'll copy the way it is. Okay, I'll copy the way it is. I'll not include the header and footer. So I'll come and paste it here. So if I come and refresh, sorry, here I'm going to put here this link. This button I'm going to link it with what? With the signup.php, where there is become a member. So if this become a member is in a what? Is in our head. Here I'm going to change it from what? From a button to a link. Okay, I'm finishing, just to make sure that it is working, and that's all. So I'm going to put the href, and maybe I'm going to call it register.php. I'm finishing, guys. So refresh. It's okay. I click here, become a member. It takes us to register.php. So register.php, where did we save it? Oh, we saved it in a wrong folder. It's supposed to be saved in what? In a top website, not in the files website. Okay, not in the files. So I'm going to delete it here and put it in files here on the top website. Okay, in the very, very top website. Just new file, register.php. Okay, save, paste the other code. I make sure it's working. Perfect. So for today, we'll stop from there. Let us start from there tomorrow, inshallah, by working on the registration logic. Have a good night.
It's so upneak as well.